Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Read TFOS, where I take old stories I've narrated and updated into modern audio standards. This particular story is called Making a List, written by Alt Cipher.
You humans are too arrogant for your own good,
a short, squat ambassador Al said. Captain Ramirez turned to look at him.
Oh? These pirates have terrorized this sector for centuries, but you believe that you can subdue them where all others have failed,
Ambassador Al said. Not exactly, Ambassador, Captain Ramirez said. We believe that every living creature, no matter its intelligence level, will do no more than is absolutely necessary to achieve its ends. Wolves only hunt when they are hungry. Lions sleep most of the day. Even man only acts to achieve a goal or prevent a failure. All life is inherently lazy, Ambassador. No one wants to work harder than is necessary. All we are doing is making piracy much more work than peace and trade. Our whole strategy is to be such a pain in the ass that the pirates will come to the negotiation table.
Height of arrogance, the ambassador said.
Perhaps, the captain replied. We'll find out soon enough.
Sir, Lieutenant Wei called from the tactical station. We have 2 inbound unknowns, both heading for Vixen and are not responding to hails.
Where? The captain said. You see, we are about to find out.
The display on the main viewer showed a simplified tactical display with a bait ship, codenamed Vixen, hanging alone in the middle. 2 red dots approached Vixen from behind and off to the side.
This is their standard tactic, the ambassador said. 2 scouts to survey, then they call in the actual raiders.
Yes, they are predictable, Captain Ramirez said. Commander Wells, final status check.
Commander Wells looked up from his display and said, Green across the board, sir.
Excellent, Captain Ramirez said. Prep Dasher and Dancer, they're up first.
Sir, Lieutenant Bay called. Vixen is reporting contact. Scout ships are hostile and have buzzed the friendly. Vixen intercepted transmissions and suspected it's for backup, but was able to jam it.
Understood, Captain Ramirez said. The display showed red dots nearly merging with the one blue dot in the middle of the screen. The pirate scout ships were perilously close to the human transport.
Sir, new contact, Lieutenant Bay said. Appears to be a raider.
A new red dot appeared on the tactical screen, much larger than the other 2 red dots. The new red dot rolled towards the central blue dot at a sedate pace. Commander, Captain Ramirez said, tell Vixen that they are clear to launch Prancer, then deploy Dasher and Dancer.
Aye, sir, Commander Wells said.
Moments later, a small blue dot detached and was given a new tag on the main screen. That, Captain Ramirez said to the ambassador Al, is our first part of our plan. Vixen is a bait ship, loaded out with quite a bit of sensor-fooling mass. The pirates think it's a payday and bring in the big boys. However, there's an automated drone codenamed Prancer that just burst out from the cargo hold. It's programmed to head directly for the larger ship's engines and disable them. It'll take a few shots at the scouts as it passes by. But that's more for show. The fight pattern has been randomized and the AI is about half crazy, so they won't be able to tell what's going on until it's far too late. The new blue dot Prancer traced a circuitous route through and around the other dots on the screen. Data began scrolling alongside each dot with impact icons appearing at random, as Prancer would approach and fire before retreating to safety. The pirate ships seemed to be in disarray, not quite knowing what to make of the strange new development. Impact on raider engines, Lieutenant Wei called out. The small blue dot had just disappeared from the display, and the large red dot was blinking with damage report data scrolling past. Well done, Captain Ramirez said. Commander, Dasher and Dancer.
Commander Wells said, En route, sir. ETA 15 seconds.
Captain Ramirez turned back to the ambassador and said, We have 2 other ships on standby, gunships, with the fastest engines that we've ever built. Now that the main raider is crippled, we'll start the real attack.
2 new blue dots appeared on the tactical display and skidded across the screen in a heartbeat.
Ambassador Al said,
That's impossible. No ship of that size can move that fast through real space.
Well, we have a few tricks up our sleeve, Ambassador, said Captain Ramirez. The new blue dots dove in at red dots, friendlies engaging hostiles. The 2 original pirate ships were quickly rendered inert, with the gunships then turning their attention to the larger raider ship. Commander, Captain Ramirez said, take us in. Alert Cupid, they'll be boarding the raider ASAP.
Aye, sir, Commander Wells said. Captain Ramirez's ship, codenamed Comet for this mission, crept out from behind the asteroid that had been masking them. The ship edged closer to the conflict. The pirate ships were unable to maneuver, but their weapons had not been completely taken out. The gunships made attack runs to flush out the last remaining weapons and would destroy them on sight. The new human ship, codenamed Cupid, crashed back into real space from FTL and made a beeline for the pirate raider. The new ship was shaped like a giant multi-limbed claw in space, designed to wrap around an enemy vessel and never let go. It was full of human marines ready to invade the enemy vessel and secure it at any cost.
Cupid reports ready to dock, sir, said Commander Wells. Dasher and Dancer report risk of unknown weapon pods. Shall we order Cupid to engage?
Captain Ramirez looked over at the scarred and burned hull of the pirate raider. The human ships had scorched every weapon they found, but these pirates were no fools. The multifaceted raider ship with hundreds of nooks could still be hiding ship-to-ship weapons. They could stay out here and try to lure the raider into revealing all its secrets, which may give them time to repair their engines. Or they could take the risk of boarding the enemy vessel and risk the destruction of Cupid.
Tell Cupid to prepare to board, but advise caution. We don't know we've got all the exterior weapons,
Captain Ramirez said. The ambassador wrapped his arms around himself, drawing his robes closer.
What's wrong, Ambassador? Captain Ramirez asked. We're about to capture a full pirate raider. They'll tell us whatever we want to know about the attacks in this sector. And then we can finish running them to the ground. I thought you'd be happy.
Oh, yes, Captain,
Ambassador Tikal said.
Quite happy.
His smile felt forced and disingenuous. The captain was not familiar enough with his species to be absolutely certain. Outside, the giant claw-shaped ship Cupid wrapped itself around the pirate raider like an octopus smothering its prey. Gases would vent from the joints on Cupid or from the breaching points on the raider. Silent white clouds then dissipating in the empty void beyond the hulls.
Sir,
Lieutenant Vey called out.
4 new contacts, warships. Computer says the design matches the pirate ships.
I'd wondered when they would show up, Captain Ramirez said.
You were expecting them? Ambassador Tikal asked.
Sure, Captain Ramirez said. We've been monitoring those transmissions from your quarters since you came on board, and that panic button sewn into those robes that you pushed 10 minutes ago really caught our attention. I'm just surprised you guys took that long to show up, given that they've been shadowing us this whole time.
What? Ambassador Tikal screamed. This is outrageous. I will have...
Stow it, Captain Ramirez said. 2 security guards closed in around the ambassador. I told you that we were out here hunting pirates. The reason your people haven't stopped them is because you don't want to. You're in the business with them. We found that out a while back and just needed this final confirmation.
The ambassador looked to the 2 guards towering over him.
It won't matter, he said. You're outgunned and outmanned. My people will be here to rescue me long before I'm in any danger. If you surrender now, I'll make sure they go easy on you. I know they'd much prefer to take all of these wonderful toys intact.
Commander, Captain Ramirez said, launch Donder and Blitzen.
2 small drones leapt into the void between the ships. The first one rocketed off to the middle of the conflict and exploded in a blinding flash of light. The viewer on the bridge automatically dimmed to prevent damage.
That, Captain Ramirez said, was Blitzen. It burned out the sensors of all non-human ships in the area, so your pirate friends don't know what's going on. But it won't matter.
The forward viewer was suddenly swamped with static. A grey snowed crawled across the screen for several long moments.
Because Donder is going to destroy them, Captain Ramirez finished.
As the forward viewer's screen once more resolved to an actual picture, the 4 new pirate ships were slowly expanding fields of debris. Smoke shot out of burned-out hulls. Oxygen burst briefly into flames before dissolving into nothingness. Bodies flailed through the space momentarily before falling still.
Now, Ambassador, Captain Ramirez said, you're under arrest, and we have several questions for you.
End of story.
I would like to thank our T5 members and patrons, Casper Arnholtz, John Creighton, Vidmori, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.